What up, my friends? So I was thinking because I needed batteries for this remote, right? Like, first off, we're all talking, oh, the green economy, the environment, this, environment. How come these still take batteries? I mean, this is an older stereo, so I get that. But the new stuff coming out, the remote controls, you still have to put AAA batteries in them, right? How come they don't have a little USB port where you can plug it in and charge it? That doesn't make any sense. And the other thing that I was thinking about, right, is we all have, like, say you have gas, you have like a gas furnace, right? We have propane, so it's a propane furnace. It's basically like all the rest of them. It's got a thing that spins, it's a force hot air, pushes it into the house, right? Now, we have these two huge tanks of propane, right? And so that led me to think, like, well, since everybody has a heater in the house, a boiler, which is basically also a generator, why do we have to be connected to the grid again? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense for that oil burner, the propane burner, whatever kind of heating system you have? I mean, other than electric, but even with electric, right? Wouldn't it make more sense for us to generate our own power in our own house and not have to be connected to the grid? And like none of the telephone poles, I mean, the power lines would be able to get knocked down. Sure, maybe in cities or something, maybe you'd have to grid it up, which would give more power to those areas when they need it as well. And same thing with like when you hook up like a wind and solar setup at your house, right? You have to wait for approval for them to come in and see if it's tagged into the grid properly so you can sell them your power or whatever, right? They don't want anything going back. And, it's like all these regulations. And then some places even have it so that you can't disconnect from the grid. There's people who are like, well, I got wind power, I got solar, I got some generators, this and that. I don't need to be connected to the grid, but they're in an area that the grid is services their house or their property, and so they have to stay connected to the grid. But like I have a generator at home, right? So when the power goes up, I have my little generator. It's a small one, so it only does like the fridge. I got like two outlets that I can run basically, five, six things, fridge being one of them. But like if I had my propane system, because even the boiler, right? Even the boiler takes electricity. So what if I had a propane system that's a generator, right? It generates my whole house, and you can have like a bank of batteries, several banks of batteries, so you're storing any excess power that's made, during the day or whenever, right? Say you got solar panels, you got wind, right? You charge those battery banks up while those are running, and then you have the generator, right? That generates your power for your whole house and your heater, right? You wouldn't be reliant on the grid. I mean, of course, yeah, you need a steady supply of propane or oil or coal or whatever it is that you use. Wood, they even have wood generators, right? That generate electricity and heat. And so, like, you'd be energy independent. Everybody would be independent. And then that would probably bring the prices down because we wouldn't have these big conglomerates buying, you know, several $100 million worth of propane, diesel, gasoline. You understand what I'm saying? So the prices would probably normalize, right? And then you could probably even have like a co-op in your area or like downtown businesses, right? Maybe there's, this whole row of businesses we all throw down and we have one generator that generates heat and electricity for the whole property, right? For every business. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's ways of doing it, right? But just like I know it sounds like conspiracy theory, but Nikola Tesla, he had this device for wireless electricity, right? But Warburton, right? He owned and the Rothschilds and all these other barons of the time, uh, they owned copper mines. So with wireless technology, you're not going to run wires from coast to coast connecting everybody up with telephone, whatever it is, electricity, the teletype at first, and then like telephone, electricity, all that stuff, right? TV comes in wireless. Well, not anymore, right? It used to be free. You would buy a television, and then it would just come through the antenna. Now you got to hook it to a cable to be hooked into the grid of cable, right? Or even the internet. There's no more landlines for phones. Even if you get a landline phone, it's just internet phone. That's all it is. Your internet goes down, the power goes out, you got nothing, right? At least before, if the telephone lines weren't down, you could call 911 or people, check on people. But yeah, man, we're thinking about it all wrong. We're subcontracting out our existence to all these other people, right? To the electric company, to the cable company, the internet company, the heating companies, right? What if we just generated our own power with the same fuel that we're already buying, right? Maybe the boiler is now a generator slash boiler. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that hard. And you could even put like something on there that as it's running, it has a little belt that just charges the batteries as you go. So when you have downtime, or maybe they don't deliver in time, or whatever it is, right? Maybe there's trees down and they can't get to you. You still have some other passive power sources. I don't know, something to think about, And it all started from remote controls not being rechargeable. Our phones imagine if you had to put batteries in your damn fucking device, your telephone, your laptop, every time it was dead. Oh, well, I need 20D batteries. I mean, they're even making boom boxes now that have rechargeable batteries. If you control your own power, you control your life. What are all these wars about? Natural resources, power, electricity, telling you. We're looking at it wrong, man. We're looking at it as employees. You understand what I'm saying? The schools train us to be employees, not employers. No, they're not teaching you to be, these high ups, the Rockefellers, the Warburtons, the Elon Musks, the freaking Bezos, the Gates, No. You're their employee. That's why it's so hard to start a business. They'll give you all this money to go to more school to learn how to be a better employee, but they don't want to give you a fucking small loan so you can start a barbershop or a bakery or a comic book store or a plumbing supply store or being a plumber or a carpenter. You understand what I'm saying? They want you employed, not employing. Peace.